room is not filled yet, fully filled. De vez em quando falamos um bocadinho de português para malta mais nova, não vou ver se não nos esquecemos. But we are having people outside, and so we cannot speak only Portuguese. First, we have this education is the segundo Fórum de Educação, second education forum. It's supported by Santander Foundation, who told us, don't want events, I want action. So guys, don't forget, I want action. I want a structural program on the ground. This is the commitment that we need to try to get and to build with the schools in an ecosystem. That's why we have here, and we are going to present schools. Right now, let me present, first of all, my big friend and the fantastic animator that will do a fantastic job here for sure, helping me with Tiago Forjaz. Tiago Forjaz is a talent and a leader of talents, okay?
Thank you, António.
With young talents, young talents, look for Tiago. Tiago, I think he has an amazing ability to deal with kids and to deal with the youth, okay? Much more than I have. Second, we have some rooms empty, and this is going to be much full, above the capacity, because we have the Conservatório, the acting on stage, main stage with Gunter Poli. So they are joining with Gunter Poli. But let's start the session immediately because we have Valentina and Martina waiting for us. Ciao Valentina and Martina. Ciao.
Ciao Valentina.
Come stai? Stiamo bene, un po' stanchi, ma bene perché questa riunione è molto importante di farcela. Valentina, I'll switch into English. This is Nativa is big friends for many years. I don't know personally Valentina, but the leaders of Nativa that are the initiators and the enablers of all the B Corp movement in Italy. They have more than, I don't know right now, but more than 130 companies at least.
Yes, almost 200.
Almost 200. So, ciao Martina, come stai? Ciao. Che bene di essere con voi. Amo Italia. Allora,
Thank you.
Parlo tutte le settimane con una ragazza di Milano, tutti i sabati. Allora, let's change into English. So what I was saying is, they are part of Nativa, and Nativa is the initiator of the B Corp movement in Italy. They have circa 200 businesses, and they had like 140 some I don't know, two months ago. So to have an idea, this is exponential, and they are the people of exponentials. I have here with me a big friend that is Tiago Forjaz. He is teaching at Singularity. So you see all the connections.
Hello.
Also, Nativa is connected to the Singularity movement.
Yeah.
In Italy.
Well, I think that we have one very important concept in common, which is the idea of abundance. Gunter Poli is just on the next stage. I've just been listening to him. He said, in nature, scarcity always drives to abundance through diversity. And that singularity, we believe also in technology and the idea of abundance to work with us and not against us. So it's a very big honor to be with you, because I think the revolution is starting on this side of the planet. And with these youths, these eyes that I can see in this room. So thank you.
So we are about to get, Tiago, we are about to get extra. The kids are already here that acted, I think not. So we'll have a reinforcement of kids that are acting on main stage from the Conservatory of Loures. So what I suggest is the following. Let's hear, first of all, let's hear Valentina and Martina showing how they want, and the B Corp movement in Italy wants to connect schools with businesses, the 200. We have some surprise. We have also some good dozens to start the movement here, because we want to see how to start the movement here with, big, always a big connection with Paulo and Eric. So let's start. Let's hear you.
The B Corps, what are the B Corps? The B Corps are companies that, as Valentina just previously introduced, have chosen to consider their social and environmental value with the same attention that they usually give to profit. So we change the whole paradigm of why a company is born. It's not just to create a financial gain, but to bring a positive value for people and the environment. And it's then a model that creates value for all the stakeholders of a company, for all the main actors that are participate in the development of a business activity. So usually we divide the word into what we think are the for-profit companies, so in a particular business, and then the non-for-profit companies, organizations that are that give a positive impact on the people and the environment. The B Corps, they go kind of in the middle of this model. They are companies, so they need to generate revenues and money to be able to exist, but they also want to create value and have a positive impact on people and the environment. And at the moment, the whole B Corps around the world are more than 5,900. It was a movement that was created in 2006. So it's been several years that it has started, and until now we have reached to this point. The B Corps are all over industries and in many countries of the world, in more than 80 countries. And here you can see some examples, some that are media related, like The Guardian, food, like Danone or Alpro, Tom's, which is apparel, Patagonia as well, apparel, a bank. So there are many in many different sectors, but the goal is the same, is to use business as a force for good. In Italy, as we just previously said, we are around 200 B Corps at the moment, and it's one of the countries with the highest growth rates in the world. But this trend, we see it in many countries, and especially in Europe. We have around 15,000 people that are working for Italian B Corps, and the total revenues amount to 9.5 billion euros. The thing when companies achieve this certification and have been ensured that they actually have this positive impact on the planet is that they not only gain this certification, but they also enter a whole community of companies that work together to bring forward this new message of being ambassadors of change, of giving good news and in the different and put many different initiatives, like for example here in Naples, to bring awareness on how the business paradigm should change to take into account the people and the planet. This is one example of a campaign of 1 year ago that took place in all over public transportation in the main two cities of Italy, Milan and Rome, in order to bring awareness. We have created then podcasts and different reports to actually show what the impact of these companies have been, to share their stories, to share their efforts, their challenges, and how they are improving their local ecosystems. This is a mural that was done in Naples, in which with the painting, it absorbs the pollution from the cars that pass by this very. It's a very traffic. It's a road with a lot of traffic in Naples. Just to also bring more creativity, and now that we are seeing like all these activists throwing paint on very important art pieces of work, we created a kind of our own in Naples to also bring this change. And why all of this? And this is very much related why this movement of companies has created. It's something that previously was mentioned, the exponentials we are experiencing, the context in which we found ourselves. I don't know if you've already seen this curve, the exponential curve in school, but we're going to go a bit more to understand why we're talking about math all of a sudden. So I don't know if you ever made popcorns, but basically in the beginning of when you're cooking popcorns, it seems like there's nothing that is happening. Like you just put them to cook and like nothing happens. And then boom, all of a sudden they explode and all the popcorns are made. This is kind of how the exponential curve works, and how all of a sudden it seems like nothing happens, and then it grows in an enormous, let's say, way much more higher than what it was expected. And so to make you experience this, we're going to make a little exercise to see if we can conceive, if our minds can think what it means. So for example, if we try to fold a piece of paper 13 times, I don't know if you have one there. You can try if you have one to fold it, but our question will be, what will be the thickness of that piece of paper once you fold it 13 times? And this will help us understand how the exponential works. So in order to answer to this question, we're going to invite you to, if you have your smartphone there, to enter to menti.com. And it's going to ask you a code or a QR code, but here you have the code. And we're going to ask you this question. So if you fold a piece of paper 13 times, what is going to be the thickness that it will get? Vale, do you want to share the, yeah, great. And we are going to start seeing the different answers. So we have one person that replied. You have the code on the top. You have the menti.com and then the code here, 78 38 64 75. And we are starting to receive some answers. Okay, so we have more than the majority that thinks that it's more than the other answers. So you're thinking already exponentially. Then the second most voted one is the booklet. And let's see, Vale, if you can show us the results. Do you have the? I can share again. So it actually happened, and this is the Guinness World Record. When students of the MIT's folded, they took 16 kilometers of toilet paper and they were able to fold it 13 times. The height that we see, the thickness, is that of more or less a chair. We could actually sit there. It's the height of a chair. So the 2 people that voted for it, amazing. So this was like something just for us to think, like folding 13 times is a world record. So what would happen if we actually fold the paper 42 times instead? So more than 3 times the 13. So what will be the new answer now? So if we go back to the same Menti that we are before, you're going to be able to see a new question. So we're going to show the results. So most of you think it's either a skyscraper or a bus, but in fact, it is the distance between the Earth and the Moon. And so it's something that our minds cannot completely, like, we are used to think linearly, like, okay, 13 times it's a chair, then it must be something like that. But in fact, it's this whole distance. And if we do it only 41 times, folding a piece of paper, it will be half the distance between the Earth and the Moon. So why are we talking about this? Why are we thinking of the exponential curve, and why are we presenting this? This curve has been with us in these last years, in these last centuries that the humans have lived, and we can see it in many different phenomena. So, for example, in world population growth, here we have the years it took to get to 1 billion. It took inhabitants of the world. It took 1,800 years. To get to 2 billion, to get to 2 billion, it took all this amount of years. And then in the last, let me see if we have, oh yeah, here we have. So we got to 1,000 people in 1804, and it took us 3.9 billion years. Then to get to 2 billion, 123 years, and so on and so forth, until to get to 7 billion in 2011, it just took 12 years. And so we see this curve, this trend, in many human activities. So this is another graph showing the population, so in a different way. We have the energy use, the water use, the amount of transportation, telecommunication, so many human activities. And these reflect also in our natural ecosystem. So the more we do all these things, the more our oceans get acid, we release different greenhouse gas emissions like carbon dioxide, methane, we have tropical forest loss, we do we do shrimp agriculture, so we have many different ways that we are damaging or bringing consequences on our natural ecosystems that mirror this increase of human activities. So, but not everything that follows the exponential means that we just ruin the world, like everything is super negative. There's also very good results that we have had, like, for example, extreme poverty going down, increase in basic education, literacy, decrease in child mortality, amount of democracy. So thanks to this economic model, we not only reach these exponentials that damage our ecosystems, but also we reach good results. But at what cost? So here we have a video that I hope is going to charge soon. And here is the increase in temperature from the 1800s. And we're going to see until today. So the average world temperature changing year on year. And this is where we are today. So we are around at 1.2 degrees increase in global average temperatures. And with the Paris Agreement, I don't know if you heard about it, we're trying to limit it to 1.5. So to avoid serious consequences. So why to close this? So the Earth, the planet we live in, is actually a closed system. It's as if we were inside a jar. So all the matter that has been in the Earth, that has been since the dinosaurs and even before, has always been the same. And what changes, it just gets transformed. But what comes in and out is the energy that we receive thanks for the sun. So if the matter is always the same and just receiving energy, as humans, we were living on a spaceship. Like we're just flying around with our planet Earth, just receiving the energy, right? Here we see the solar panels of a spaceship. And if we don't take care of this spaceship and we keep on following these exponential trends, damaging our ecosystems and our natural ecosystems without thinking of the value it will have, at some point this spaceship is going to get destroyed. It's going to use all the resources it has. So that's why we're trying to bring awareness on this, and we have created Unlock Education. I don't know if you want to say something on this. Okay, so why we created Unlock Education? This is a new sustainability education campaign promoted by the Italian B Corp community that I was talking to you about in the beginning, to try to help train and educate the first generation to actually meet their own needs without compromising the ones of those of the future. And so to do this, the format that we created is actually a web series, kind of a Netflix series, with 10 or 12 minute episodes. It was made in collaboration with many different actors, but basically how it works is that as an individual or as a class in a school, you can participate going through the website unlockeducation.et, and you can find the different content, so you can watch the different episodes as if it were a Netflix series. And then we give materials for teachers and students to discuss and to take action on the point number 3, and find initiatives to bring change to their schools, to their neighborhoods, cities, and life and families.
It's my big promise. My big promise. I don't want to make promises before the time, but it's my big goal to follow with Portugal. Okay, and even to help.
That would be amazing.
And even listen to me, Valeria and Valentina and Martina, and even to help develop contents, because we are connected even by the same fundamental knowledge, which is the natural step from Sweden, that for many years we worked together with this Italian team. So unlock the change. So join the project, estudar os conteúdos, discover the contents, study what is there, what is the knowledge, and then unlock the change. Vamos fazer acontecer a ação. Despertar, não sei, desatar a nó e fazer saltar a ação. Pôr o que têm aprendido em prática. Vão para Take Action Tab, portanto vão para um tab lá no website, Take Action, e encontrar como ativar mudança na vossa escola, na vossa cidade, nas vossas vidas. Ok? Portanto, estamos aqui a falar, isto é o primeiro grupo com quem estamos a falar disto. Não é por acaso que estão aqui. Nós tivemos aqui um cuidado a falar com os vossos professores para trazer um grupo muito interessante e com outros parceiros podermos ativar as coisas. Can you go to the third? To the next?
Yes.
No, it was
Yes. So here we have. You can see the website.
Yes.
A bit the style. So I'm gonna. I don't know if you want to explain something or I continue.
Unir-se ao projeto é juntar-se ao projeto, ok? Unir-se. Lá está, a língua é tão parecida. Unir-se ao projeto. 2. Descobrir os conteúdos e contenuti. E 3. Sblocca il cambiamento. Desbloquear a mudança. E, portanto, vão haver action, learning, entrar, aderir, juntar-se, participar. 2, descobrir os conteúdos, entender os conteúdos. 3, já capacitados com conteúdos, vamos para a mudança. Right, thank you. You had some partners. Can we go only to the page of the partners? 1 minute. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Ok. Temos aqui um conjunto de partners. A Nativa no CIMO temos a Nativa, que são estas nossas amigas e estes nossos grandes amigos italianos de sustentabilidade avançada. Temos aqui mais um conjunto de entidades. Algumas são B Corps, estão a ver? Estão aqui várias B Corps. Uma delas é Este é uma escola de gestão que é o Polytechnic of Milano, right? Polini.
Yes, it's a business school. Yeah.
So let me tell you that what we have as parallel. We have Milano is like in Portugal is like Porto. We have not the Polytechnic but the Católica of Porto as a huge partnership, okay? For sustainability and regeneration. And then temos o Ministério, estão a ver? A importância de ligar o governo, mas you are connected with the government, but I imagine that you do not depend too much of government, because people
No.
tend to say...
Yeah, exactly. We created it and the government gives the support to actually promote it in schools.
E, portanto, temos aqui um Regenerazione Scuola, temos o Italian B Corp Community, colaboração com estas entidades, um banco, Intesa, Davinas, etc. E a Regenerative Society. E com a contribuição destas coisas. Portanto, para perceber, é preciso criar uma comunidade. Para vos ajudarmos, temos que pôr a funcionar uma comunidade. Por isso é que nós temos aqui Santander Foundation. Estamos a pedir ajuda e a chamar a jogo, desculpem, a HCAM Foundation, a Fundação HCAM. Estamos a chamar a jogo o meu querido amigo Alexandre, a Ashoka, o network de changemakers da Ashoka. Esteve hoje uma young changemaker a falar no Impact Stage. a mostrar, aos 16 anos, a mostrar os projetos que anda a fazer. E o projeto escolar é um tema da Ashoka, e portanto queremos a Ashoka on board, e portanto é essa lógica. A Católica esteve em peso ontem no evento com as crianças, a reitora esteve cá a falar, o presidente da Católica Porto, o vice-presidente, a diretora de Educação, Education School. So, we have also here today the guys that gave birth to the B Corp community in Portugal, yes, the Institute of Social Impact, and we have B Corp Portugal joining online. Okay, let's continue to have them speaking a bit after you speak.
Okay, so yeah, here we just have a bit of the topics of the different videos that we created. So the first one is about exponentials that we just briefly introduced today, but we're gonna send it to you. It's the one that has been translated to English. Then we go into the sustainability principles of the natural step. We then go on more environmental topics like carbon dioxide, climate change, what if carbon dioxide was purple, waste and new economies. And then we go more on topics related to society, the interdependent system, and what it means, the social part of sustainability. And finally, we're going more on how we can make change and accept the challenge and take action. So how to reinvent operations. We talk about the SDGs, the future to come, and to act now. So this is more or less the whole journey of the first season of Unlock Education. So yeah, this one, so the opportunity for schools, this is because in Italy there is the civic education subject. So we were able to insert this into their the subjects in this particular subject that is about sustainable development. So this is something that it's more, let's say, Italian, more depends on let's say the courses that the Ministry of Education of each country gives. But in this case, we were lucky that there was a topic that was kind of linked, and we were able to insert it in schools to make teachers have this content and be able to enrich their courses for children on these topics. So what we usually do is before the launch of the 10 episodes, we actually, depending on the different cities, we try to do on schools to organize kickoff events for approximately 2 hours in order to launch the program, see the first season, the first episode together with the children of the school. So here we have some pictures of the official launches that we have made, both online as we're doing right now, but also in different schools that we went to launch the program, interact with the teachers, and make them enroll into the program. So here we have some more pictures. This is the Ministry of Education in Italy. And these are just many different events that we have been doing. And the important thing is that the B Corps are helping us. There are some B Corps that are, this is an example of a company that had actually brought the program into a school. So we are activated the whole networks of this B Corp community, Italian B Corp community, to actually bring the program into the different schools. So now the next step we started locally is to make it accessible abroad. And so that's why we are working to translate in English, but Portuguese will for sure be the second language afterwards.
We hope so. Ciao, in the meantime. Well, actually, we don't have specific metrics here. Apart from the fact that we have mapped 500 more or less schools in all national territory. And the next phase of the program is to implement a restructured communication campaign in order to spread Unlock Education all over the Italian territory and to get to as much school as possible.
Okay. So this started early, right? It's young still, the program.
Exactly. We launched officially the program in between March and April 2022. And during the whole 222, we developed the content. So right now is the time to structure the strategy, the communication strategy, and spread the message and spread the communication, the initiative.
Valentina, before I let you go, only to ask if can we have a very small comment of Yes, is Carlos here? Can you come here, please? Carlos from Yes they initiated the Big Corp movement in Portugal, and then I'll pass to Luís Amado to say a word also and to say hello to you, people that we believe will be with us if we move forward as we move forward. It is not easy. Oh yes, you have my microphone. Good, Carlos. Please a word from Yes. Also.
Okay, hi Valentina. How are you? Nice meeting you guys. It's nice being here and share a little bit of our story as well at Yes. We met Tiago a couple of years ago, and because we ran a project together where we were trying to bring the diaspora back to Portugal and trying to solve the most pressing societal challenges in the country. And actually we did it very well with excellent results. And basically what we do in Portugal is something that we found really important, which means we try to help people like you, people with talent, to converge or to shift towards the impact economy. So we believe that impact should be a centrality, should be at the core of everything we do, from our lives, but also our jobs, actually everything we do, and that's what we are trying to do at Yes. How do we do it? So basically we have multiple ways. One of the things is we help entrepreneurs to build their impact ventures, because it's a way for you to use your talent. The second thing we do is we help to people like you, and we bridge you with a network where basically we integrate you in the job market where impact initiatives are doing something, or impact organizations are creating a local or a national or even a worldwide impact as well. And the last thing we do is we help companies also to converge their businesses towards impact. It's a hard challenge. We have multiple programs. If you want to pay us a visit, feel free to do it. We are a business school, and we have, as a business school, a couple of things that are different from a regular business school. One is the focus. We are impact-driven. The second thing is that we have a community of more than 10,000 people spread all over the world. So we are based in Lisbon, but we have a branch in Porto. We have partners in Lebanon, partners in Morocco, Tunisia, Algeria, or China, or Mozambique. So we have been growing very fast. But also it's interesting to see how cultures can learn from each other, and we want to be this, big community where people are learning from each other, but also trying to, face and address the challenges that Martina and Valentina were describing earlier, and converge towards this exponential economy. We believe that will be the future. Impact is the future. We believe that it's one of the biggest economic opportunities of our times, and we hope so.
Carlos, we really count on you and all your network, as we count on other entities. I'm looking at Ashoka, definitely. But I would like also to have a word and to say hello to B Corp Italy and Nativa. Luís Amado. Is Luís Amado online?
Yes, hello. Hi, Valentina. Hi, Martina.
Hi.
Great to hear from you, and always learning from the ones that are further ahead. in Portugal have also a vibrant and growing B Corp movement. We not as big as in Italy, but with a presence of over 150 companies, B Corps already in Portugal, a community that is already doing a lot of things by their own, if we can say so. So the companies get together and do things like cleaning beaches and do a lot of things to improve and to go beyond the impact they are creating with their business. And one of the things they are doing now is organizing themselves together to volunteer and help kids that need some support in their studies. So I don't doubt that if we put this project forward, they will also be on board for sure, trying to create impact through this, let's say, framework, tool, whatever you want to call it, that you created so nicely. So I'm pretty sure that we have an easy bridge to do with the support of the Portuguese B Corp community, being easy to obtain, to push this forward.
We are going to close this part only to say we have here a vibrant network, people that want to support this. We have a network of schools, a network of university, networks of social change, and so we hope to really follow you. Like I said here to everybody, like our language is so similar to Italy, and our way of life and the society organization is so similar. Okay, so I thank you all. We'll get back to you as we start organizing a bit the ideas. We need your help to organize the ideas. I would, and I count on Luís, I count on the B Corps, I count on IES, I count on Ashoka, okay? So, Tiago, so thank you. Let's have you have dinner because you are 1 hour later than us. Yeah. Thanks a lot.
Valentina, thank you very much. I hope we can connect in the future as well.